Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our beautiful space. This is really a place that you would want to be, you would want to spend some time because of all the interesting things that happen here. This afternoon, I'd like to welcome, first of all, our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Paloma Mohamed, who's always graciously gracing the presence, gracing our activities with her presence. We love to have her. We have our special guest, Ms. Susan Diablo, and who is representing our donors today. We have Dr. Murray, we have Diana, Dr. Dada Gobin, and colleagues. We have two special people as well in our presence, Mr. Michael Kahn and Mr. Winslow Craig. We are sitting here because of a dream, a very, very special dream. And it's a tribute to one of our lecturers who has been very special to us, whose presence is here, but she's not here with us. But Michael gonna tell all you about the dream. So Michael just know. So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this special ribbon cutting ceremony for the Creative Arts Division. Oh, welcome Dr. Cummins, Head of Department for the Language and Cultural Center in which this division resides. It is my pleasure to chair this program and to see your faces here. Yes, so we want to welcome you to this very simple but very significant activity that is here in the department. And on behalf of our dean, who is on leave at this moment and not here, I bid you a warm and gracious welcome. At this point in time, we'd like to invite our Vice Chancellor, as our special lady, to come and speak with you. Professor.
I am so happy this afternoon to be in this space for many reasons. Because when I was a student here on campus, I wouldn't tell you, about 30 years or more ago, I used to hang out in here a lot. And I wasn't an art student, I was in social sciences, but I spent a lot of time over here. A lot of my friends were artists, lecturers and so on. So Michael and all these people were people who I've known all my life in a different way. And this place was a mess, but a lot of beautiful work would come out of it. And I could never reconcile myself to the fact that people, students and lecturers who were doing such powerful, beautiful work, you could see from their work what they're doing, who represent us, represent internal life, spiritual life, external life, who reflect ourselves back to us, were working in a space that was like, really not reflective of who they were as people. And this thing had worried me for a long time. And so when I became Deputy Vice Chancellor for Philanthropy in 2016, I set about setting my sights on some things that the university needed, but others that I just felt were necessary. And we couldn't get anyone to support the arts. We could not get anyone to support the arts. And one company made us do an entire proposal. They said they could give a small amount of money, and then they said, "Oh no, that's too little. Let us do a bigger proposal." So I came down, all excited. Cara Lord was assistant dean at the time. With Cara, had a tour of the place, and had the art department, Winslow, and it was Philbert Gadgetar at the time, put together this proposal. And then they called me to a meeting one day, and I was all excited because I'm like, why are you called? This has to be. And they said, oh, we can't support it. And I burst into tears. I was so upset because I thought, if you're not going to give us the money, then just don't call me and waste my time at a meeting. Just tell me you're not going to give me this money. But I was determined that we had to do something about what is happening in the arts and in culture, and certainly in this art department. I am really, really happy to see what I wanted them to do was to cut a big hole in the wall, a big window in the wall, so that students coming in, people passing, could actually see straight in and to kind of learn and get a feel of what they were doing in the studio. But they did a different thing, which is fine, because this is, of course, to let light in, because artists work so much with light, and it was so dark in here. So I am very, 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 very happy to be here this afternoon, and I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, want to say thank you to Exxon, Susie in particular, because this project was not meant to be. This was not a project that people do not like to support the arts, right? They seem to think that there is no value in doing that. And I want us to take a moment to reflect, each one of us right now. Look at your shoes. It was somebody who imagined that and designed that. Look at your dress. Look at your jewelry. Look at your glasses. Look at your handbags. Every single thing that we take for granted. It's an artist. Somebody had to visualize this. Somebody had to create this. But we just want to take them for granted and not invest in this aspect of our lives that is so important. So I want to thank you so much for this. I know that when I went to them, we would normally get a little grant from Susie every year to do various things within the university. And when I said to them, I want to do this, she said, but isn't there, is there something else you need? And I said, well, we will squeeze out a little bit from everybody and put it together so that they could get something, and they didn't object. And I really am glad. This is a tribute to at least allowing us to do something. It's, man does not live by bread alone. You live by other things, and these things are very important. I want to also pay tribute to Philbert Gajidar and Winslow Craig. These two gentlemen have been so involved and so passionate, right, about art and our department and about teaching art. Again, I know them since I was a student on campus many years ago, working up and down, doing this and that. And now they really deserved much better. As you know, Winslow himself is a world-respected, world-renowned artist, a prize-winning artist. He could be anywhere in the world, I think, teaching. You've seen his work out there, but committed to this university, committed to the arts. And they were so committed that little bit of money that we had, right, they said, look, we're going to do a lot of this work ourselves so that we could make it stretch, we could make it do more. So Philbert and Winslow and all those who would have helped, thank you so much for doing that. I want you to give them a round of applause. I know, right? That is love, that is passion, that's commitment, and that is, investing. I know Michael, who was given the task, because we couldn't afford it, of being the project manager. Poor Michael. Because Michael is the one who had to deal with all the contractors and this and that. And so, Mr. Khan, thank you so much for doing that again, And I know we have students here. I know that Professor Long, God rest her soul, this was something that she would have really wanted to see. We'd spoken about this. We spoke about her steel pan. We spoke about the university choir. Well, now we have, 71 young people in this university who are, excellent performers. And we have our university ambassador now who's just won the first UG's Got Talent. So we're getting there. It's taken a long time. But when I first came to the university back as a lecturer in 2008, Mrs. Harnanan, who was the personnel officer at the time, said to me, She said, "Oh, I'm so happy you're back. We're going to have some nice cultural things happening on the campus now." But that's not where my energy went. My energy went into administrative things and reforming other things. But I want to say, Mrs. Harnanen, who is long retired now, that we are getting to that place where we have people on the campus, we have some support, and I am really delighted this afternoon to say thank you to everyone. There's so many people who lifted things, painted things, did designs, this has touched my heart in a very, very significant way, because people do not appreciate the arts, and they have to do this. Any sophisticated culture, any people who are worth anything, every civilization that has disappeared off the face of the earth, you know who they are from the artifacts that are left behind. That's how you know who they were. People don't survive. It's the productions of culture that they create that survive, that tell us about who they were and who we could be. So thank you all so much, and I'm so happy to witness this occasion.
Thank you, Professor, for bringing the whole poignancy to this particular project. It is so very important that we appreciate and understand our lives, our culture, our past, our present, and because of those things, we understand a little bit more when we get into our future. I'd like to recognize we have Professor Cummins in our midst. Welcome. At this point in time, we would like to welcome a special person, our storyteller, our project manager, our jack of all plenty trades. But more than ever, he is somebody who brings life to the space that he occupies. At this point in time, we'd like to invite Mr. Michael Kahn, who is a lecturer and who has just given up the position of coordinator of this division, the Division of Creative Arts, and who has been integrally involved in getting this place to where it is. Let's welcome him. Thank you. And you're going to tell me about the dream.
Good afternoon, neighbors. Good afternoon. Every great thing begins with a simple dream. And that dream was started by Emeritus Professor Doris Rogers when I was a student here in 1990 something. And we had an exhibition, and she brought me into the space to build a waterfall where the sink is now. And she said, you know something, Michael? I wish we could get money to renovate this space, because this space is an inviting space. So said, so done. She's deceased. But fortunately, the dream, the seed was planted, and it came into fruition thanks to our Vice Chancellor, who've known for a mighty long time. Last night we were at the Theatre Guild, and she was singing backstage. And it made me remember, I don't know, Professor, if you remembered when the National Library was celebrating, I think, 75 years. You're at QC. Yes. And we were chatting. I said a poem, and I think you sang. Yes. So that is it. So we've put the space to encourage our artists. And what I've noticed is that our art students are growing within our division, majoring in art. Then we're also getting education students who are doing a course in art. Unfortunately, because of this renovated space, we had for the last semester 225 students coming in with their work, and some of it there, they had to model historical sites, and it gave them insight to meet and to be thinking. Then apart from that, lately, this after school closed, we had 87 children attending our vacation workshop. So the space is being utilized. This coming semester, we estimate many more students will come. And I always listen to what they're saying and how they comment the space. It's not only this space here, but we have the ceramics room, and then we have the old music room, which will be one of our lecture theaters, our lecture classroom. So I want to thank XMA. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Thank you. And, like old people in the old times, they say, may I bless you, that you would give more. And more. And more. And whilst we were doing the renovations, we got some good work from lecturers, heads of departments, encouraging us to go on. Thank God it's finished. And we're here. And thank you, Madam Vice Chancellor. Thank you very much. Thank you for all who supported and our new HOD. But the dream and done there, Me and Mr. Craig, we were talking outside, and he was saying, Michael, what about a sculpture adorning the lawn right there? And then he looked up at the wall and said, you see that crack on the wall there? I can design a relief sculpture that will fit that crack and tell you that nothing has happened. And then I said, you see that wall at the back there? It needs another mural. So things are looking up. The dream is continuing. We're growing in wisdom and every single thing, and I do appreciate, and I'm really very honored to be part of this university, be part of this renovation, and it's bringing Doris Rogers' dream alive. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Michael. I love those words. And give, and give, and give. Love those words. And so, to the giver, to the donor, to our supporter, we'd like to invite Ms. Susan Diabru to bring remarks to this gathering. Ms. Diabru. Let's give her a round of applause. Let's hear it for her so that she's going to be encouraged to.
Thank you. Oh, yes. Mr. Khan, I feel blessed. Thank you. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here today at this ribbon cutting event for the commissioning of this art department. While I was waiting, Ms. Hunter was able to tell me a lot, about what you have done in the time that this was completed, how it has expanded, the students that have, the number has grown. So I hope that, according to Mr. Khan, in the new semester, he expects more. So I hope we do see that. So the project was one of many that ExxonMobil Guyana pledged our support for a few years ago, as Paloma had said. It has been our privilege to see the developments over that time as our partnership has flourished. We have been able to build and expand our support for the university through successful initiatives such as the Student Support Fund, upliftment grants, the refurbishment of the physics lab, the university radio station, and outreach conferences. Seeing the art department upgrade come to fruition today is really gratifying for us. While ExxonMobil's focus areas typically in the STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math fields, we recognize that to thrive in the modern world, students need to apply and integrate multiple educational disciplines. Art is an expression of creativity, and to us, that means solving problems, creating new patterns of thinking, and using creative processes that connect art forms with other subject areas and enhance students' experiences and success. I believe that education is the fundamental building block of individual opportunity. It is vital to economic growth and a globally competitive economy. Youth empowerment through education is an important part of ExxonMobil Guyana's community investment in Guyana, and we support programs that provide young people with sustainable skills that will equip them to take on new opportunities. For us at ExxonMobil, investment in education is an investment in the future. UG is instrumental in the delivery of these initiatives, and we hope our support will help to provide faculty and staff with the resources they need to inspire the next generation of leaders to explore their potential. ExxonMobil Guyana is proud that our contribution in Guyana goes beyond delivering revenues from oil and gas. We will continue our efforts to make a positive difference, including through the support of education here in Guyana. Thank you, Mr. Khan.
Thank you very much, Ms. Diabru, for those inspiring words. Definitely, we have to add the arts to the sciences to make complete students so that we have rounded persons leaving our university. They must have exposure to all aspects of life, the good, the better, and the best. And we here at the University of Guyana really offer the best to our students. I must say thank you to all our lecturers who ensure, and our staff who ensure that that happens. Thank you very much for those words. And we could tell you all the other nice things that we would like to have. We would like to have some music. We would like to have our music room developed, so we have to have a building out there. So thank you very much. At this point in time, we have the activity for which we are gathered, and that's the tokenism of declaring this building open, and so we're going to cut the ribbon. Mr. Craig, we'd like to invite you to bring this beautifully but brief ceremony to a close by bringing us some remarks. And this is our renowned artist. Could you put our hands together for Mr. Craig? And you know what strikes me with him? He's so very good with children. There is a globe at the back there with hands holding. And so as part of the activity with the artists, the children work with Mr. Craig. And so they were all vying to see who were going to make the longest arms. So that's a result of the children's work. They're working with Mr. Craig. So Mr. Craig, I invite you to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, it's good to be here this afternoon to see all you wonderful people here at this space, and to share with us in our refurbishing of this studio. I mean, we could not have done this by ourselves, and on behalf of our department, that's the Department of Creative Arts, this afternoon I've been asked to give a sort of closing remarks. I mean, but everybody has already said so many good things. I mean, what is left for me to say? But we would just want to express our gratitude and our delight to those who would have contributed to making this refurbishment of the studio a reality. Particularly, we would like to single out our distinguished Vice Chancellor, Professor Mohamed. She had been, like she told you, she had been behind this project just about forever. And I remember first when she first called us in and spoke to us about the whole project that came to fruition today. we were so excited. And I mean, I gave her a long list of stuff that I wanted. And yeah, and we know what happened somewhere along the line. And I was so disappointed. And I mean, Guyanese language, vex. Yeah, because I mean, so many good things come out of this space that is so sparsely equipped with stuff. You know, it's like we basically create stuff out of nothing. And I'm not just talking about stuff here. I'm thinking about students that came out of this department, went out there into the world, into this space, and is contributing to Guyana's cultural heritage, imparting knowledge and stuff to the younger generation. And what I want to emphasize today, I mean, Professor spoke about, art is such a vital aspect of who we are as human beings and people. And I always like to think of it like this. I mean, had art not been with us, had it not been for art, we would just be like regular, ordinary, lower animals who, you know, come into a space and seek for a mate and make some offsprings and then disappear and whatever. But because of arts and culture, we have been elevated to a different level, you know. And like Professor said, we only understand who we are and where we came from because of the artifacts and every thing that we would have come upon that our foreparents and ancestors would have left behind. So I am so grateful and thankful that we have people like Exxon, and we're always delighted to have like really beautiful representatives of these of these, you know, big companies. So, Mr. Diabro, we are so delighted that you guys took it on and took the responsibility, the challenge of providing us with the funds that was required to get this job done. You know, and yeah, like Michael said, well, we've got all sorts of other visions about things that, you know, might require some extra funding somewhere along the line, you know. Who knows? I mean, you guys might be able to commission us to do something for one of your huge buildings and offices that, I mean, we have very capable, talented students that came out of this department. We have lecturers here that are so, you know, gifted and talented and are able to do wondrous things. So, you never know, you know. We're hopeful. So, we want to say to you how grateful we are that you guys provided us with the funding that was required to get this project done. I cannot say how much grateful we are and thankful to our Vice Chancellor also, and all the other personnel and whoever else would have contributed to making this refurbishment of this studio possible. You know, I mean, all the members of this faculty, all the personnel that are there, Ms. Hunter and our head of department and coordinator, Mr. Khan. You know, without Mr. Khan in the mix, this would not have been done today. So, thankful once more to the sponsors and to everyone else, all of you guys that are here. We're just thankful that you were here to make this thing, this event what it is this afternoon. I think I've expended my 5 minutes. Okay, so thank you all, and we were just happy and glad to have you with us this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Winslow. And as you were saying, we want to say a special thank you to all the persons whose efforts have caused us to be in this beautiful space. And I would like to say to our audience that we have a special person whose passion lies right here, and it's our Dean Rosalind Khan. And so she's not here, but I know she's here in spirit, because just before we got into the space, she was saying, you know, Miss Hunter, you do all the time. I said, yeah. She said, I know you're going to be doing good. I said, yes, ma'am. So we'd like to say thank you to her, because she also got dreams and visions and so on. And those things are coming alive. And as we are saying, small things start from small dreams, and then they become big dreams, and then big ideas, and then reality sets in. And so we're in this space that speaks to reality. Thank you so very much for coming to our simple but beautiful ceremony. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you very much, Susie, and we look forward to having you in another space very soon. Thank you very much.